Imagine being able to rewrite the code of life itself. That's not science fiction anymore. With CRISPR, nature's own genetic scissors, I can now edit DNA with a precision that was unthinkable just a decade ago. But here's the kicker. Am I opening the door to curing diseases, or stumbling into a dangerous experiment with humanity's future? CRISPR-Cas9 is the star of this show. Think of it as a molecular GPS guiding tiny scissors to a specific spot in our DNA. Snip, and you can delete, add, or change genetic letters. In labs across the world, researchers use it to try to cure sickle cell disease, certain cancers, and even restore sight to the blind. Sounds amazing, right? But the technology doesn't stop there. In 2018, a Chinese scientist sent shockwaves through the world when he announced the birth of the first gene-edited babies. By using CRISPR on embryos, he aimed to make them resistant to HIV. This wasn't just about healing, it was about changing the genetic blueprint before birth. Suddenly, designer babies weren't just a sci-fi trope, they were real. And that's when the ethical debate exploded. Here's where things get messy. There's a huge difference between somatic gene editing, changing the DNA in just one person's cells, and germline editing, which alters genes that get passed on to future generations. If I edit one embryo to eliminate a disease, am I also opening the door to enhancing intelligence, athleticism, or looks? Where's the line between therapy and enhancement? And what about off-target effects, accidental mutations that could cause harm? There's a real risk of genetic inequality. What if only the wealthy can afford to give their kids genetic advantages? Are we inching toward a new era of eugenics, where society decides which traits are desirable and which aren't? Scientists and bioethicists around the world are sounding the alarm. Human germline editing could have permanent, unpredictable consequences. So, should I embrace the promise of gene editing to wipe out disease? Or do I risk crossing moral boundaries that could change what it means to be human? The future of CRISPR isn't just about science, it's about who gets to decide what's possible and what isn't. What do you think? Would you support editing embryos to prevent disease, or is this a dangerous leap? Let me know in the comments. And if you're fascinated by the ethics of tomorrow, don't forget to subscribe for more.